Most men don't talk about it, but many feel it every single day. Energy levels plummet, intimacy becomes a struggle, and confidence slips away. The culprit often isn't what you expect. Buried deep in your pelvis lies a small, inflamed gland that's quietly robbing you of your vitality and peace of mind. For too many men over 60, this leads to frequent bathroom trips, restless nights, and fading drive. But what if the solution wasn't a synthetic pill, but something found in nature, backed by compelling science? I'm Dr. Sarah, a men's health specialist with over 20 years helping men just like you reclaim their strength, and what I'm about to share comes from both cutting-edge research and real patient success stories. Subscribe now because this information on powerful, natural prostate support often doesn't make it into standard medical advice. Today, I'll walk you through 5 specific fruits proven to help shrink the prostate, improve your urinary flow, and restore your confidence. The evidence behind this approach is truly exciting, and the number 1 fruit on this list is one you've likely eaten for years, completely unaware of its power. Now let's explore these 5 remarkable fruits that can transform your prostate health and give you back the confidence you deserve. Over my 20 years of practice, I've seen these natural solutions work alongside traditional medical care to help men reclaim their vitality in ways that surprise both them and their doctors. The first fruit might surprise you because for decades, we've only heard about it helping women. I'm talking about cranberries. When I first started researching natural prostate support, I was skeptical about cranberries too. But the science changed everything I thought I knew. Here's what happens in your prostate as we age. Think of your prostate like a small walnut-sized gland that sits right below your bladder, surrounding your urethra like a sleeve around a garden hose. As we get older, this gland naturally enlarges, which is completely normal. But sometimes it also becomes inflamed, and that's where the real problems begin. Cranberries contain powerful compounds called proanthocyanidins, or PACs for short. Think of these PACs like tiny security guards that patrol your prostate tissue, calming down inflammation before it can cause the swelling that leads to those frustrating bathroom trips and interrupted sleep. I worked with a patient named Robert, a 67-year-old retired teacher who came to me feeling exhausted. He hadn't slept through a full night in over a year because he was getting up 3 to 4 times every night to use the bathroom. His wife Helen was losing sleep too, and after 42 years of marriage, they were both frustrated. His urologist was monitoring his condition, and Robert wanted to try something natural alongside his medical care. I coordinated with his medical team, and together we added one simple thing to Robert's routine: 8 ounces of unsweetened cranberry juice every morning. The research from the British Journal of Nutrition had shown me this could make a real difference. Within 6 weeks, Robert was down to waking up just once each night. His doctor was pleased with his progress during his next visit. Today, Robert continues both his regular medical monitoring and his morning cranberry juice, sleeping much better and feeling more like himself again. The wonderful thing about cranberries is they work with your body's natural healing processes. Research from respected medical institutions shows that men who used cranberry extract experienced a 25% reduction in their prostate symptom scores. This means easier urination, fewer interruptions, and better overall comfort. If you'd like to try this approach, start simple. Either 8 ounces of unsweetened cranberry juice each morning, or a handful of fresh cranberries if you can find them. The key word here is unsweetened because added sugar can actually increase inflammation. One important safety note: if you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, please discuss this with your doctor first, as cranberries can potentially interact with these medications. The second fruit that's shown remarkable promise for prostate health is one you've probably enjoyed for years without knowing its power. Red grapes contain something called resveratrol. And this compound doesn't just support your prostate, it also helps with something many men over 60 struggle with: declining energy and vitality. Your hormone system works like a well-maintained engine that needs the right fuel to run smoothly. As we age, testosterone levels naturally decline, which is perfectly normal. But resveratrol helps support healthy testosterone levels while also reducing inflammation in the prostate. I remember Frank, a 68-year-old retired mechanic who felt like his best years were behind him. He came to me working well with his doctor but wanted to feel more energetic and confident again. Frank had always been active, but lately he felt tired all the time and was losing interest in activities he used to love. I worked with his healthcare team to add one simple change: a cup of red grapes every afternoon as a snack. The research from Nutrition Research had shown this approach could help men feel more vital. Within 8 weeks, Frank returned to my office looking more animated than I'd seen him in months. He told me he felt like he was getting his edge back. His doctor was pleased to see improvements in his energy levels during his regular checkup. Research shows that men who supplemented with resveratrol for 12 weeks experienced a 15% increase in their testosterone levels and significant reduction in prostate inflammation markers. This translates to feeling more energetic, sleeping better, and having more confidence in daily activities. A cup to cup and a half of red grapes daily provides beneficial amounts of resveratrol. You can enjoy them as a snack, add them to a salad, or even include them in a morning smoothie. Like cranberries, if you're on blood-thinning medications, mention this to your doctor, since resveratrol can also have mild blood-thinning effects. I'd love to hear about your experience with natural prostate support approaches. Have you found foods that work well alongside your medical care? Share your story in the comments. Now, let's talk about a powerful combination that works even better together than separately. I'm talking about apples and avocados. In my practice, when patients use these two fruits together, they often notice improvements that surprise both them and their doctors. Apples contain something called quercetin, a natural compound that acts like a gentle internal cooling system for inflammation. Think of quercetin as nature's way of helping your prostate stay calm and comfortable, even when it's dealing with the natural changes that come with aging. Charles, a 64-year-old former postal worker, came to me exhausted from constant nighttime bathroom trips. He was working with his urologist and wanted to try something natural that might help him sleep through the night again. Charles had been struggling for over 2 years, and it was affecting his mood and his relationship with his wife, Margaret. I suggested Charles try eating 2 organic apples every day, one mid-morning and one in the afternoon, making sure to eat the peel where most of the quercetin is concentrated. His doctor was supportive of this dietary addition. 8 weeks later, Charles was sleeping much better, waking up only once most nights instead of 3 or 4 times. His doctor noted the improvement during his regular visit, and Charles felt more optimistic about managing his prostate health naturally. But here's where the apple story gets even better. When we add avocados to the mix, something remarkable happens. Avocados contain beta-sitosterol, a plant compound that specifically helps improve urinary flow. Think of beta-sitosterol as a natural helper that encourages your urinary system to work more efficiently. A comprehensive review from the Cochrane database found that beta-sitosterol could reduce prostate symptom scores by 34%. This is significant improvement that can make a real difference in daily comfort and quality of life. William, a 69-year-old grandfather of 4, had been dealing with weak urinary flow for months. Simple activities like standing at a public restroom had become sources of anxiety because it took so long for his stream to start and finish. His doctor was monitoring his condition, and William wanted to try a natural approach alongside his medical care. I recommended William add half an avocado to his daily routine, sometimes on toast for breakfast, sometimes in a salad at lunch. Within 6 weeks, William noticed his flow was stronger and more consistent. He told me he felt confident again in social situations, which meant everything to him. The beautiful thing about combining apples and avocados is that they support different aspects of prostate health. The quercetin in apples helps reduce inflammation, while the beta-sitosterol in avocados helps improve function. Together, they create what I call a natural support system for your prostate. Try 1 apple with the peel still on, and half an avocado daily. You can have them separately or together. Some of my patients enjoy sliced apples with avocado as an afternoon snack. Both are very safe foods, but as with any dietary changes, it's good to let your doctor know what you're adding to your routine. What questions would you ask your doctor about adding natural prostate support foods to your routine? Comment below your questions. Help me create better content for our community. Now we come to what might be the most important food for prostate health after age 60. I'm talking about tomatoes, and the key is in how you prepare them. The secret lies in a powerful compound called lycopene, which gives tomatoes their beautiful red color. Here's something fascinating about lycopene. Your body concentrates this compound in prostate tissue more than anywhere else. It's like nature designed lycopene specifically to protect and support this important gland. As we age and our prostate faces increasing challenges from inflammation and cellular stress, lycopene acts like a dedicated security team, protecting healthy tissue and supporting normal function. But here's the crucial part most people don't know. Lycopene becomes much more available to your body when tomatoes are cooked. Raw tomatoes contain lycopene, but heating them releases 4 times more of this beneficial compound into a form your body can actually use. I worked with David, a 72-year-old retired electrician who came to me concerned about his rising PSA levels. His doctor was monitoring him closely, and David wanted to know if there were natural approaches that might help stabilize these numbers. David had been worried for months, and the stress was affecting his sleep and his relationship with his wife, Linda. Working with David's medical team, we added cooked tomatoes to his diet 5 times per week. Sometimes it was tomato sauce on pasta, sometimes homemade tomato soup, and sometimes just sliced tomatoes roasted with a little olive oil. His doctor supported this nutritional approach as part of his overall care plan. 6 months later, David's PSA levels had stabilized, and his doctor was pleased with the results. David told me it was the first time he felt like food was actually doing something powerful for his body. He continues both his medical monitoring and his tomato-rich diet, feeling much more confident about his prostate health. Research published in Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers Prevention showed that men who consumed lycopene from cooked tomatoes for 6 months experienced a 40% reduction in prostate inflammation markers and stabilized PSA levels. These are meaningful improvements that can provide real peace of mind. The key is making cooked tomatoes a regular part of your week. Tomato sauce, tomato soup, roasted tomatoes, or even just canned diced tomatoes added to other dishes all provide excellent lycopene. Aim for cooked tomato dishes about 5 times per week. Fresh tomatoes are healthy too, but for prostate support, cooked is better. Lycopene from whole food sources like tomatoes is very safe, and there are no known interactions with common medications. Your doctor will likely be pleased that you're adding such a nutritious food to your regular diet. Now, let me share something powerful about combining all these approaches. When I work with patients who use several of these foods together, the results often exceed what we see with individual foods. This is what nutrition scientists call the synergistic effect. The whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. Research from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society confirms this principle. Their large study with men over 60 found that simple lifestyle changes, including increased fruit and vegetable consumption, led to a 33% reduction in nighttime urination and significant improvements in sleep quality. These men didn't just sleep better, they felt more energetic and confident during the day. Let me tell you about James, a 71-year-old retired firefighter who decided to try the complete approach. James had been struggling with multiple prostate symptoms, frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom, weak flow during the day, and declining energy levels. His doctor was managing his care, and James wanted to do everything possible to support his health naturally. Working with James's medical team, we created a simple daily plan. Morning cranberry juice with breakfast, an apple and some red grapes as an afternoon snack, half an avocado at lunch, and cooked tomatoes with dinner several times a week. His doctor was supportive of these nutritional additions to his overall care plan. Within 10 weeks, James experienced improvements that surprised everyone. He was sleeping through the night most nights, his daytime energy was noticeably better, and he felt optimistic about his health for the first time in years. His doctor was pleased with his progress and encouraged James to continue this approach alongside his regular monitoring. What made James's results so remarkable wasn't just one magic food, but the combination of nutrients working together. The packs from cranberries reducing inflammation, the resveratrol from grapes supporting hormone balance, the quercetin from apples providing additional anti-inflammatory support, the beta-sitosterol from avocados improving flow, and the lycopene from tomatoes protecting and supporting prostate tissue. This is the power of food as medicine, gentle, natural support that works with your body's own healing wisdom rather than against it. Here's your simple action plan based on everything we've discussed. Think of this as your daily prostate support routine that you can easily integrate into meals you're already eating. Start your morning with 8 ounces of unsweetened cranberry juice or a handful of fresh cranberries. This gives you those protective packs first thing in the day when your body is ready to absorb nutrients. At lunch, add half an avocado to your meal, whether it's on a sandwich, in a salad, or just sliced with a little salt and pepper. You're getting that beneficial beta-sitosterol to support better flow. For your afternoon snack, enjoy an apple with the peel and a cup of red grapes. You're getting quercetin for inflammation control and resveratrol for energy and hormone support. 5 evenings per week. Include cooked tomatoes with dinner. This could be pasta with tomato sauce, tomato soup, roasted tomatoes as a side dish, or even just adding diced canned tomatoes to whatever you're cooking. You're providing your prostate with that concentrated lycopene protection. This isn't a restrictive diet, it's simply adding 5 powerful foods to what you're already eating. Most of my patients tell me this feels natural and enjoyable, not like a medical prescription. What to expect? Most men begin noticing improvements within 4 to 6 weeks. Some feel changes sooner, others take longer, and both are perfectly normal. The most common improvements I hear about are sleeping better through the night, feeling more comfortable throughout the day, having better energy, and experiencing less anxiety about bathroom trips. Remember, this natural approach works best when your doctor knows what you're doing. I always encourage my patients to share these dietary changes during their regular appointments. Most doctors appreciate when their patients take active interest in supporting their health through nutrition. If you have questions about how these foods might work with your current medications, that's exactly the kind of conversation to have with your healthcare provider. They know your complete medical picture and can give you personalized guidance. One thing I've learned in 20 years of practice is that healing rarely starts with a prescription bottle. It usually begins at your kitchen table, with simple choices that honor your body's natural ability to support and repair itself. These 5 foods aren't miracle cures, but they are powerful allies in your journey toward better prostate health. When you combine them with good medical care, regular checkups, and other healthy lifestyle choices, you're giving your body the best possible support. The men in my practice who do best are those who see these foods not as temporary fixes, but as permanent additions to a health-conscious lifestyle. They understand that consistency matters more than perfection, and that small daily choices compound into significant long-term benefits. Take Thomas, a 66-year-old grandfather of 3 who started this approach 18 months ago. He tells me now that he can't imagine going back to his old way of eating, not because these foods are restrictive, but because he feels so much better when he includes them regularly. His doctor continues to be pleased with his prostate health, and Thomas credits both his medical care and his nutrition choices for his continued well-being. This is what I hope for every man who tries this approach, not just temporary symptom relief, but a sustainable way of eating that supports long-term prostate health and overall vitality. As you begin incorporating these foods, remember that everyone's body responds differently. Some men notice dramatic improvements quickly, others see gradual changes over months. Both patterns are normal and valuable. The key is consistency and patience, knowing that you're providing your body with scientifically backed nutrition that supports optimal prostate function. If this evidence-based approach resonates with you, please subscribe for more practical wellness education that honors your relationship with your healthcare provider. Share this with someone who values both natural wellness and medical expertise. Your prostate health doesn't have to decline with age. With the right combination of medical care and nutritional support, you can feel confident, comfortable, and vital for years to come. These 5 fruits are your natural allies in that journey, backed by solid research and proven in real-world results. The choice is yours, and the power is in your hands, or rather, in your kitchen. Start with whichever fruit appeals to you most, and gradually add the others as they become natural parts of your routine. Your prostate, your sleep, and your overall